How do you self-promote for promotion? This is a question I received during a recent private event Q&A, and I realized it's a great topic to cover here since so many people, especially women, don't advocate for their own promotion because they're afraid of being seen as bragging. And because of that, they stay stuck watching other people get promoted who aren't necessarily better, but just more visible. If you're currently a high performer who is well positioned to take the next step in your career, but are unsure of exactly how to make it known that you want a promotion, then stick around because by the end of this episode, you'll know exactly what to say and do to get that promotion that you're looking for. If you're new here, my name is Corrie, otherwise known as Corrie Lowe. And I'm a professional keynote speaker, facilitator, executive advisor, and author who helps leaders transform overwhelm into confident action, even in times of crisis. This question came up as part of a workshop audience Q&A as part of one of my Overwhelm Culprit workshops. And this was surrounding the culprit of lack of confidence. The biggest mistake I see high performers make is that they're thinking that their work speaks for itself. It doesn't. Your work gets you credibility, but visibility is what gets you promoted. The ironic part about this is statistics show that nearly half of all workers have made it known that they don't even want promotions. So by being vocal and visible, you have a really great shot at winning the opportunity. One thing to be aware of before you go about trying to secure a promotion is something called the 150% rule. And that's that you should know 100% of your role and 50% of your boss's role in order to get that role. So if you want your boss's job, you need to be able to demonstrate that you could already do about 50% of that job already before anyone gives you that title. So if your boss runs meetings, you should be leading some already on your own. Or if they manage stakeholders, you should be throwing your hat in the ring to start doing some cross-functional work. If you're sitting here thinking, but I'm doing all of this, here's what it usually breaks down to. You're doing the work, but you're not making it visible in a way that decision makers could actually use it. So I'd love to know, do you want a promotion, but you're unsure of how to promote yourself for it? Go ahead and comment below and let's try to help each other figure out the best strategy to win it. So when I work with coaching and advisory clients who are interested in securing a promotion, I walk them through a 3-part framework that consists of data, communication, and visibility. So let's break down what each one of those are and what you should be doing for each of them. So data, you should be, before you're starting to go out there and try to secure a promotion, collecting data and tracking not just what you did. You want to be tracking your impact. So we want to look at things like how much revenue have you generated? How much time have you saved? What problems have you solved specifically? And what team outcomes have improved? You want it to be measurable. And from there, you're going to also want to be documenting those wins. So things that you could do, you can screenshot things like compliments that you receive from people on the results of whatever project you're working on. You could create files and include all the data, whether it be like spreadsheets or Word documents, but it's your job to actually document these things when they happen. So having this data is actually going to help with the next 2 steps because it's not bragging if it's proven data, as shown by the GOAT, Simone Biles. She had once said, and this was a quote on why she was not afraid to call herself the best, that it's not out of cockiness. I've won 5 world titles, and if I say I'm the best gymnast there is, other people's reaction is, oh, she's just cocky. Look at her now. But no, the facts are literally on paper. So Simone knows that her results back it up. And that's what we're trying to help you accomplish by having data on your specific performance and impact. Because when you're going out there, you're going to communicate and you're going to become visible about that impact. You are doing so from a place of proven fact through the data. All right, you also get bonus points if this data proves that you fit that 150% rule. So you really want to start to be looking for different ways that your impact fits within the 50% of what your boss is already doing. The other part of data that you want to be looking for is start searching for opportunities at other companies to do the work it is that you want to be doing. Doesn't necessarily mean that you need to apply unless you want to, but you want to look for things like, what do they pay? What are the job requirements? What are the benefits? Because this ultimately helps you understand the market objectively, as well as your value for when it's time to position that value when you are communicating, as well as becoming visible for the promotion within your organization. So the next step is communication. So from here, you want to make those performance, impact, and wins known. So share your data during conversations and meetings. Actually speak up when you have touch point meetings on project progress and you've had it part in that impact. Make sure you speak up and make it known. Share your desire to advance on your career path during one-on-ones. So make sure you say something like, I'd like to grow into whatever this next role is. Can we define what success looks like for me to be considered for that promotion? And sometimes this may be up to you to actually bring up. We all have sat through really ineffective one-on-one meetings where your boss just basically talks at you and gives you maybe 2 minutes at the end. So be proactive in saying, hey, as part of the next upcoming meeting, I really want to talk about my career progression and what that might look like. Sometimes you have to advocate for it and not expect that your boss will do it for you. Next up is you could volunteer to be part of projects that will help you expand your skill set, again, into your boss's skill set so that you can increase that 150%. You could also proactively ask your boss what would be necessary to get a promotion and make sure that it's defined via measurable results. So saying things like, what specific results would I need to demonstrate over the next 3 to 6 months? And then from there, make sure you're logging that data as part of your data collection process to be proving your impact and your performance for when that opportunity comes up. Next up is visibility. And visibility isn't about being everywhere. It's about being seen by the right people in the right context. So you want to make sure that you are known by decision makers, by promotion influencers. And it's not just being busy or attending everything. You want to actually start building relationships and networking with these people. One really great way to be able to secure a promotion is by first securing a sponsor who will bring your name up in rooms that you're not already in. If you're interested in learning the difference between a mentor and a sponsor, because they are different, be sure to check out this video here. From there, make it a point to attend meetings and events that will give you access to said decision makers and make it a point to start building relationships with them. And again, this could be virtual or in person. You have the ability to be visible if you spend the time to do so. It's more about the intention in creating those relationships, more so than how it actually manifests, whether it be in person or virtual. Attend industry association events and conferences. That's another great way to make yourself visible within your industry as well as within your organization. Another great way to become visible that's really underrated that people don't think about is dress for the role you want, not the one that you have. And again, this does not matter if you are virtual, in person, or hybrid. The way that you present yourself, whether that be on camera or in person, makes a big difference. So dress for that role that you want. People will notice. And also, if it feels aligned and it's something that you want to do, apply to similar roles at other organizations. This helps you further increase your visibility within your industry, as well as gives you options so you aren't stuck somewhere that doesn't value you long term. Because promotions, you can make yourself visible and everything else. It's never a guarantee. So give yourself multiple opportunities to be able to seek that promotion, even if it's at an outside organization. So to recap everything we talked about, your work gets you credibility, but your visibility is what's ultimately going to get you promoted. And if people don't know the impact that you're making, they can't reward you for it. So to be able to make yourself more visible and position yourself for a promotion without feeling like you're bragging, follow my data communication visibility framework. You're collecting data about your performance and your impact, the proof that you are the right person for the job, up to that 150% rule we're talking about. Also, you're communicating what that impact is and what that performance is. And then you're also making yourself visible to the decision makers and the people who are ultimately going to want to welcome you up onto their team because they see what an impact that you can have. And again, this isn't just about strategy, it's about confidence. Because if you don't believe that you deserve the next level, you're not going to be able to advocate for it, even if you're already operating there. So again, data communication visibility helps so much with giving you the foundation, the confidence, and the belief that you deserve it. So it's a great place to start. So hopefully you found my sharing this today valuable. If you have any question regarding promotions or visibility, or even another question related to another topic or culprit, feel free to drop them in the comments below. we just may feature it on a future episode. And as I mentioned, I cover the lack of confidence culprit in detail with even more strategies in my new book, The Five Overwhelm Culprits. It's available for purchase in the show notes or at your favorite retailer. You could also learn more ways to work with me, whether that be one-on-one through coaching and advisory, or with your organization as a keynote or workshop facilitator in the show notes as well. So thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. I'll see you there. Thanks for checking out The Next Step with Corrie Lowe. If this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend, subscribe, and leave a review. Together, we'll transform overwhelm into action, and we'll keep taking the next step towards confident leadership. See you next time.